How's everyone doing tonight? So as Roxy said, my name is Amin. It's Amin Reza Sultani. So that makes me obviously British. I don't know why no one believes me. I've got the passport and everything. But I just grew up in a household in England where my father told me everything was Persian. He said cats are Persian. He said carpets are Persian. He said even caviar is Persian. He said Keanu Reeves, Mr. John Wick is Persian. Why? Because my cousin, his brother, his son is called Kian. Keanu is just the international way to say it. And he said, you live in the UAE and everyone there drives Persian cars. I said, explain. He says the Mercedes G-Wagon is Persian. I said, okay, explain that. He says, the Shah of Iran, the crazy guy before these crazy people, he ordered 20,000 of them. So he invented the G-Wagon. I said, Baba, in that logic, I invented the Big Mac. See, that joke worked a lot better, even though you laughed, when I was like 65 kilos heavier. No, I lost 65 kilos the last 2 years. Thank you. Yes, and thank you very much. You know, a lot of people don't understand how. Some people are confused, and then, you know, those people are Iranian. And they walk up to me and say, what happened? What did you do? What are you doing? Are you doing this fasting intermittently? You're eating, you're training, what are you doing? I said, so I'm training, I'm watching what I eat, and I'm doing jiu-jitsu. They say, oh, we understand. You're using Ozempic. I said, no, I'm not doing Ozempic. I told you I'm training, and I'm doing jiu-jitsu 8 times a week. They're like, oh, jiu-jitsu, I understand now. You're gay. I'm like, no, jiu-jitsu, no, you understand, jiu-jitsu is fighting, okay? Men get on top of each other, we get sweaty, we cuddle and hope, no, see, okay, like, I'm not gay, I'm married. Maybe I won't be after this show, but anyway. But I won a competition recently, a jiu-jitsu competition, last year in November, thank you, yes. I became world champion, actually, white belt world champion, yes. And my wife, like a lot of you here, was confused. She said, how? I said, babe, I just had to perform for 1 minute. She said, that makes sense. She said, but what'd you do for the other 30 seconds? I said, I cuddled my opponent. She said that he pretended to fall asleep. No, but my wife is a personal trainer, and that's really the reason I lost weight, okay? She helped me a lot, she enticed me, she came up with different ideas and incentives. She said that she read an article that said that if I lose weight for every 15 kilos, something grows 1 inch. Guys are terrible. She said she'll buy sexy red lingerie, and she said that we'll have more sex. And for you who are thinking about and doing your calculations, I'll just put that matter to rest. I'll just let you guys know. After losing 65 kilos, I can fit into the sexy red lingerie. I can send you my OnlyFans, you'll be able to see me later on. So, I did jiu-jitsu because I have anger issues. And the reason I have anger issues is really basically because of people who ride electric fucking scooters. I don't know. Any scooties here? I hate these people. Because let me explain something to you. They don't, I know, the scooters, there's different types of them, right? There's those guys that just lean the whole time. Dead inside. Because they don't know the pronouns, right? They think they're buses, right? And then you got the ones that just sit there the whole time. They don't move. You know, they go on the roads, they go on the traffic lights, they go on roundabouts, they go over the pavements, and they want you to stop for them. And I don't stop for anyone crossing a zebra crossing on an electric scooter. No, I speed up and fucking brace the impact. I will hit them. And then you've got the ones that zig in and out. Because they think they're fucking motorbikes. But I figured out their pronouns, you see. Their pronouns are, them they stupid. Soon be roadkill. Anyway, like, so I have anger issues because I work in advertising. And I don't trust my boss, and it's not because he's Lebanese. It's not because he's Lebanese. It's because he's left-handed. Anyone here left-handed? Wow, a lot of people. Okay. Now, left-handed people are weird. Right-handed people write normally, like this. And nothing wrong with it. Left-handed people, if you pay attention, they write like this. Like they got something to hide. Like they're vampires or something like that. And I checked, I've Googled it, I've researched it. Left-handed people in history are bad people. Jack the Ripper, left-handed, rapist. Bill Clinton, left-handed. Bit of a rapist and it wasn't a stain. Benjamin Netanyahu, left-handed. I'm not going to go anywhere, that's going to stop. But, wait a second, on that point. Sorry, just pretend I didn't hear. Yeah, so, like I said, I've been married, I have a child, and before I married my wife, I told her that there's one rule that's non-negotiable, which means I asked her very nicely, because I'm afraid of my wife, and that's about circumcision. I said, if we have a boy, and if we have a child and it's a boy, he must be circumcised. Now everyone knows what circumcision is here? Okay. Not really. Okay, but for the infidels and the non-married, I'll explain. Circumcision is when the child is born and it's a boy, they cut off a bit of his penis. In my case, a little bit too much. But I said to my wife, it's not about the science, and it's not about religion, and it's not about aesthetics, even though I believe that the mushroom cut looks a lot cooler. Someone said yes. He likes the mushroom cut. Don't argue about it now, my friend. He said it. He said yes to the mushroom cut. Okay, and I told her that it's also very aerodynamic, right? But she wasn't impressed with the speed kind of things. So I told her, what about hygiene? You know, what do you do then? Because I have no idea how you're supposed to clean it. It's very confusing to me because it's like a shotgun action. It's like a retractable sunroof. Like what do you? Very, very strange. I know you're cringing, and it's very awkward saying this to a woman in the front row. But my wife said, I've seen your hygiene, and definitely I'm going to teach him how to clean himself better than you. But growing up in England, I was bullied a lot as a child, and I'll be bullied after this roast as well. And the problem was, they used to call me Ahmed the Arab in England. And I went home to my dad and I said, Mama, they're calling me Ahmed the Arab. And my dad's a proud Persian man. He said, you go back to him and tell him you're a proud Persian. So I did. I said, I'm from Persia. They said, fuck off back to India, you packy. and this, so true. And this bullying continued. When I was 12 years old, they used to make fun of me and call me gay because I didn't have a girlfriend at the age of 12. Yeah, but I wasn't a rapper like you. I didn't have the fucking, I didn't have it. I wasn't what you see now, world champion. And the worst part was that the bullies were my dad and his friends. My dad and his friends would say to me, what is wrong with you, Baba? You go to a school with 50% girls and you have no girlfriend. I went to school in Iran, 100% boys school. I had many girlfriends. Okay, some of them my cousins. Mariam and Vida. Okay, and the odd goat. He was from a farm and apparently they were very sexy there. Very, very strange. And my dad is amazing at cooking a leg of lamb. Something to do with the marinade. Anyway. Let that fester. It gets better after me, don't worry. But after 2 years, I finally came home and I said, Baba, I have a girlfriend. He said, mashallah, I'm so proud of you, my son. What is her name? So I stood proudly in front of him. I said, her name is Charlie. He said, I knew you are the gay. You are fucking homosexual. I said, no, Baba, in England, Charlie is short for Charlotte. He said, no, but a sack. Charlie is short for fucking Prince Charles. Charlie dumped me after 2 weeks. I was sad. I didn't introduce it to my dad. And he said, he consoled me, my father. He said, what's wrong? You're upset because Prince Charles dumped you? After 30 years, my father and I, we have issues. But he called me for Father's Day. He said, did you see what happened? I said, no, what happened? He said, your ex got a promotion. He says, this is a fucking problem with you, Baba. You married a personal trainer and after 8 years, you're still fat. But if you had been smart and stayed homosexual, now you would have got a promotion. Now you would have been the Queen of England with King Charles wearing the sexy red lingerie. Thank you very much, guys. That's it, my 5 seconds. That's the rock